broken here, or, you know?
Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order, Tuesday, August 25th, the Economic Development Authority for Montrose. Roll call.
Dr. Sonia Twerville.
Patrick Baumgart?
Heidi Deline.
Kirby Moyna.
And Tom Marsland. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda for today?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion approved. How about a motion to approve the minutes from last June 16th meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Motion approved. Treasurer's report.
Let's see, account balances, the Economic Development Authority balance, $141,354.21. The EDA revolving loan fund, $257,754.78.
Okay.
And then do we need approval on these account payable lists here for card services?
Yeah, there's a, did you have everybody sign that?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what we, okay.
Yeah, that's what that was, so
Okay.
I think we're good there.
Okay.
Okay, does anyone have any questions on the old business from last meeting with Shannon Sweeney? And I've got an update on the preserve here, but we'll do that in new business.
I don't know how he did it, but he didn't make that completely dry where you wanted to pull your hair out.
Yeah, I know.
It was interesting.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I've been through those before, and it was like, they usually are yawners. But yeah, he did a good job.
Especially if they're monotone, like that one for the League of Minnesota Cities when they were going over taxes and loans
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatever else. It's just like, someone's got to learn how to
Yeah.
change their voice tone.
Tone, yeah, exactly. Okay, so do we have any other questions on old business? Nope. Okay. New business. I got impatient and I started, we were talking about getting this intern, and we do have like job descriptions in the packet for hiring an intern to redo the city's website and all that, and maybe in conjunction do something for the chamber. So I decided to pirate a little bit of the information off the Montrose website, just so there was some commonality there, and then put together this little flyer for potential businesses for Montrose, just a little blurb to drop in their lap or to send to them, so they get kind of an idea of where we are from demographic standpoint, transportation in terms of traffic flow on 12, and then available land. The available land thing was like pulling teeth. I finally got information from the 4 main pieces of land that are for sale, and they're quite dated. I think they're at least 10 years old. Montrose Business Park doesn't even have the Excel facility on it, so. But what my intent was to get the raw data off of there, how much land was available, what it was zoned for, and things of that nature. So if we get into a serious situation, we'll get the realtor who's responsible for that piece of land, get him to put together some more current information, hopefully. The traffic flow on the transportation piece I got from our AUAR, which was updated back in September of 17. So I would think that those numbers have gone up a little bit based on trying to get out on 12 from Clementa.
Not anywhere.
Or anywhere, yeah, exactly. So I'm looking for, the other thing I want to ask was Chamber of Commerce. Who do we want to put in there, Sonia?
For
Well, a contact. I mean, we don't really have a president yet, right, or any officers for this year?
we have officers, but we don't have a president.
Don't have a president, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're the only officer I know. Who else is an officer?
Joel.
Oh,
Joel is
that's right, Joel.
Treasurer,
That's
and
right, yeah.
John.
Definitely put him down.
And John Peterson is VP,
Right,
but we just don't have any, there's not anybody who comes consistently besides the 3 of us.
Right,
You,
yeah. And I'm not really a member, I'm just a liaison, or what you wanna call it, yeah.
Isn't there just a regular, like, email account that they have too?
yep, we have an email account, so I can give you this. This is our flyer that we have. I didn't copy it very well. Megan was on the contact for here, but that's
Yeah.
no longer
Yeah, I remember that.
pertinent, so.
Yeah.
But that's the flyer that we have. I didn't print it very well, I just double-sided it
That's
and
okay.
it printed upside down, but
That's all right,
it gives you an idea of what we have.
yeah. Now, what do you think, yeah, I can put the,
The
email.
Gmail, yeah. And I still have that floats over to my email, so I see all
Oh,
of
it
that.
does? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, at least that's something to put on there.
Mhm.
Okay,
We need to, there's a few more small businesses, so I'm hoping that I can get some of them to come to the chamber, or at least, join us on the Zoom calls and
Yeah.
introduce themselves. So I'm just gonna go stop and talk to them
yeah.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, as unified as we could possibly be in terms of, presenting to a potential business owner or my goal is to shoot for an Aldi's in town. That's kind of, I'm getting ahead of myself here on the new business thing here, but it all kind of flows in together. With Jolene Foss being the new director for EDP in Wright County, she was directly involved with getting the Aldi's up in Princeton, where she came from. So she knows all the ins and outs of how to handle the thing. So I told her, I said, once you get through all the towns and get your feet on the ground, you and I are going to talk, right? So I think that would be quite a coup here in Montrose to get an Aldi's. And I'm looking at the spot in front of Craft Pattern being an ideal spot for them, for ingress and egress out of there. That might get us our circle roundabout out there eventually. So,
Do you have any idea what happened to that vet clinic slash dog kennel that was looking at going there?
mm-mm. How long ago was that, Kirby?
I feel like that was like a year ago.
Was it really? Deb may know, or, well, let's see, we're on our third planner since, because we had Miles,
Ryan.
Ryan, and now Dan, so, yeah, I don't know. All I've got here is the latest from Dan Elder on the old Casey's. The guy that bought that wants to use it for outdoor sale of log splitters and equipment. And they were informed when they were going to buy it, he was in here with his realtor, that they needed to rezone the property to B2 and also apply for a CUP, a conditional use permit, in order to comply with the zoning. And he bought the property and then realized that, oh yeah, I didn't do the zoning. So it's been for sale since then. So
Also, there's a new owner, but he's just in the
there's
county.
a new owner, yeah, and they just didn't do anything with it because they have to rezone. I'm thinking that we need to find out what the cost to do the rezoning and just put the CUP together is, because I think the EDA can help them out there a little bit. And, we kind of broached that topic with him through Deb, and then he's not responsive. He doesn't come back and say, yeah, I'd like to sit down with you guys and talk about this, So, I know the log splitting business, I mean, he claims it's seasonal, but I think people are splitting logs pretty much, all year round. But
Is
I
it
don't know.
existing or is it a startup?
Well, he's got a place in, is it Cicado, Kirby, do you remember?
Yeah, I thought it was something to do with like the Bobcat place.
Yeah, he owns a Bobcat facility, or he's Bobcat sales. And I think, my memory's.
The only one I can think of is the actual Bobcat place that's in Dassel. It's like they're the biggest salesperson.
Is it Dassel? Maybe it's
In
Dassel.
the local region, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
He owns that.
That's what I was That's what I
That's-
questioned, because they had said something to do with bobcats and owned a place that had to do with them. I'm like, I can't think of a small one that's in Cocato or Dash, I can only think of the big one that they have.
So then does it make sense why he's coming?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, to
He
me, it
didn't
doesn't.
appear to me to be one that would own a big facility like that.
Hmm.
So do you have any idea where we find out of that information, or would
Well, yeah,
Shannon?
we went back to Dan, and Dan is gonna
Dan.
work, Dan's gonna work with that about the rezoning and find out what's involved in that. Because I seem to remember a $600 or $700 number somebody threw out a long time ago, but I don't know if that's accurate or not, you know. And then, you know, putting the CUP together, planning and zoning needs to vote on it, then bring it to council, and council has to vote on it, so it's just a matter of process there, I think.
Are there other limitations on the property?
I don't think so, not that I'm aware of, anyway.
The only limitation they have is it can't be a gas station. It can't be
Oh,
competing
yeah.
with Casey's,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the only thing that I know of.
Yeah, I mean, he can't sell it to another company that would open up a Quick Trip or something on the property, okay? Because Casey's has a problem with selling anything, because we had a guy who was doing chai tea or something out there. He wanted to do a chai tea thing, and he was gonna have the manufactured process, and he was also gonna have a little thing out in front where people could come in and have chai tea. Casey's had a real problem with that, because they were competing.
Yeah, it's anything that competes with them.
I didn't know Casey's had chai tea, but, you know, whatever.
How long does that apply? Is it?
10 years, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 10 years.
Is there any limitations that they put on it as far as Highway 12 and displaying equipment out there?
That's why he has to get the
The CUP.
other zoning, yeah.
Okay.
Because that was the issue. Sales inside is no problem. Putting things out in the parking lot out in front, that's where the zoning issue came in.
Mhm.
So, and, you know, Deb tells me that when they came in here to talk to us about the piece of property, they asked those questions, and they were told that they needed a rezone and needed a CUP, and they kind of went, okay, and they walked out the door, and he bought it, and then now he's saying, hey, what's going on? I can't, you know, do my thing there, so, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him listen, you know what I mean?
It's kind of curious to me that you would spend that type of money on the property and then, you
Let
know,
it go.
$600 is a roadblock.
I know.
Right,
I know.
that's, or time, I mean, at
You
this
know.
point, what's.
I know. I think there's more to the story.
Yeah,
But, you know, I've been trying to get him to come in here and talk to us. You know, I told Deb, tell him anytime he wants to sit down and talk, I'm available, I'll come in and talk to him. But we haven't heard from him. He's been very distant, so there's more to the story there, and I don't know what it is. So, if anybody's got any brainstorms about how we approach that, I'm open. So we have Mr. Trelstead on that. He was interested in learning what EDA could do to help with the opening of the business. Now, we have offered that, and he hasn't responded, so I think he used it as an excuse when Dan contacted him. Then we have the Preserve. Dan feels that it's moving forward with Brummer Properties, showing interest in the development of the site. They've currently hired an engineering firm to come up with a new site plan for the location, and they're in talks with DNR to comply with the wetland regulations and redo the 4-tier zoning that's currently in place. The city should expect to hear from the development company in the near future. So that's kind of where we're at with Brummer. Now, we're closing in on fall here, and I know they needed to have the sewers tested. They were going to run the cameras through the sewers to see if there's been any collapse. They tested the water lines, and they found leaks, but Wayne kind of felt that some of them could have been valves that were left open and stuff like that. So I haven't heard, no, please, when I say stuff like that, throw something at me. But anyway, so I'm not sure exactly what the whole story on that water thing is. We're kind of, it's in Brummer's court right now, so,
Has been since
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and you know, they they teased us and told us that they were looking for
Fast.
some TIF money, and we kind of went, nah, I don't think so. You know, I'd buy that property for 36, it's 54 acres for like 36 grand or something. I mean, come on. You know, when you look at what the other properties are for sale around here, you know, that 144 acres on the southwest corner there of 12 and 25, that's $5 million. And then the $5 million. Did you know that we had this on the website?
What's that?
Available sites for sale? The city website? It gives you a location, you know, southeast corner Highway 12 and 25, 36 acre site, you know, blah, 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 but it doesn't really give you a lot of information. Where's the other one? There was another one here. That piece of land out in front of, I had a price on that one too. Piece of land out in front of, craft pattern. $295 per square foot. So if my calculations are right, that's like $128,000 an acre. Does that sound right? It's a lot of money.
No wonder it sits empty.
Mm-hmm.
For how many years now? It's
Yeah, I
been over 10 years.
Yeah, since I've been here, it's been empty, so I don't know. Yeah, so it's a little spendy, and I don't know if those people, I talked to Wayne Elam, who's got the property, he's the listing agent on that. I said, are they serious about that number? He says, well, they've already reduced it from $375 per square foot. Who sells land per square foot? That's something I'm not used to, you know?
It makes
They're
it
pitching
sound
it for
better.
commercial, I think.
Mhm.
Pardon?
They're pitching it for commercial, that's the.
I would agree.
there.
But that, you know, yeah, that's,
How much did Tony pay at Craft Pattern when he opened that up?
I don't know, that was before my time. I don't know. That's an awful lot of money. So, like you said, that's why it's sitting vacant. And then I talked to the guy who's got the development property out on County 12. You know, he sent me all kinds of different variations of what people could build out there, and it's like, that's not what I'm interested in. I just need data on the raw land, you know, what is it, you know. So, I don't know if I still have that, right? That was a stack of stuff that made no sense to me.
Answer the question given.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, there's all kinds of different things you can build out there, so many homes and this, that, and the other, but that's not what I'm interested in. You know, when you're looking at something like this, is a quick look at what Montrose is all about. You don't have room to put all that. I mean, I barely squeezed in what I had there. That doesn't tell you a whole bunch. You know, 45 acres of developmental land, concept platted for 155 single-family homes. I figured that was probably enough. I didn't need the 18 pages of different drawings and all that stuff, because, I mean, what do you do with that? So in the demographics, you know, I pulled from various sources on the internet. I pulled out of our AUAR. So I think the demographics are fairly accurate in terms of, you know, population, median age, and income, and all that good stuff. Because people need to know that. Do people have buying power out there? And there were other things, you know, place of birth by citizenship and all that I didn't think was relevant at all to the whole thing. You know, it's like, yes, we have one black guy lives out here somewhere. I don't know, you know, it's like, what's the point of that? Age is important, I think, and, you know, average income or median income, I think, is important. and kids. You know, when you start looking at putting a McDonald's up someplace, you want to make sure that you're not just putting it up near a senior center. You want to make sure that kids come and get their Happy Meals.
The
So-
free coffee is
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's all they said, there's a dollar, yeah.
It's a haunt for us old guys, you know. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have anybody that wants to sit in McDonald's and drink coffee with me, so. But I don't know what you guys, and, I'm bulletproof, so if there's something on here that you guys think is like, wow, I wouldn't put that in there, please let me know. I don't know firsthand what you think of that. I was just trying to gather some information to be able to give somebody something.
I think it's great.
Do you?
I mean, it's got a lot of information. It's pretty easy to find what you're looking for. I think this available land section is huge if it's presented, You're gonna have them at the city here, is that the plan?
Well, yeah, we'll have them available here with the chamber. And I thought, we can target some, I know Kirby's got a thing because Quick Trip's building another one in Rockford.
Oh my gosh, because Rockford needs another gas station.
Yeah, they're just everywhere.
Right.
Between them and Greenfield, and we can't get a second gas station out.
I know.
I was driving by on the way back from Costco, and it burned my chaps when I saw that. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
I know.
Well, so this is bad, I don't want to, the corner here where Red's would be ideal for a Quick Trip or
Oh, yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
They'd probably need a little more land.
Yeah, I don't know if it's big enough, that's the thing.
If they could buy the house behind it, that's a dump, but did I say that?
We'll make them a deal on it.
But I don't know, I think that would be a great place. And a Quick Trip would add value to our community hugely. You'd have vegetables and fruits of some sort other than,
Yeah, but,
and I know you want an Aldi's, but if we can't do one, the Quick Trip would be second best.
I'll take them both.
True.
yeah, really, I mean,
If we're in a dream big.
seriously, do you do your grocery shopping at Quick Trip?
No.
I'm amazed at how many people walk out of there with a full basket full of groceries and stuff.
Honestly, I've never shopped, besides just to get a little bit of gas maybe, but I've never shopped in there. They
The
keep
thing is
saying,
that they have their own farm network over in Wisconsin, so
Their butter.
like it's really affordable.
right, that's what I hear.
That's the
Mhm.
thing,
Yeah,
Yeah, they run like butter for $1, a pound of butter for $1,
Yeah.
milk, $1.29 a gallon or whatever.
right.
And then meat, they run that as well, 80% hamburger.
For really reasonable.
Yeah, it is, it's very reasonable. And then they also have, the pizzas, which are a big seller. People like their pizzas and their cinnamon rolls. It taps a little bit of everything.
Or even out by the XL's building out there, that would be another spot. kind of between the two communities for the Aldi or the
Mm-hmm.
Quick
Has there been
Trip.
any discussion with them?
With Aldi's?
No, with
Quick Trip.
Quick Trip, no, not that I'm aware of, no.
The only thing you can think of there is, they just put that one in Delano, and how close on the same main line do they want to have them,
Well, there's Rockford and Delano.
Well, but that's on
Well,
55.
55,
Mhm.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why I kind of focused on Aldi's instead of Quick Trip, just due to that fact, it's brand new.
But Quick Trip is going into St. Michael, and there is one already up in that area. And they were interested at first going in the town, right in downtown St. Michael, right by Don Brothers. And now they have switched and put up apartments there where Quick Trip was gonna go.
But
Oh, hey, I'm game for either one, or both, like you said.
I've heard Quick Trip and Dollar General kind of follow each other. They're the fastest growing things in small communities.
Now there's a Dollar General going up in Delano.
Where?
It's supposed to be by where the Quick Trip is.
Oh, next to there.
There in the coffee shop, the Caribou, whatever. supposed to be somewhere in there. They just approved it with a 4-1 vote, city council last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever.
Not surprised.
And one of their stipulations was they had to pay for, a crosswalk across the highway.
Where do you think it is, in the city lot where the old gas station was by Dairy Queen?
No, it's
Okay.
supposed to be over by the Quick Trip and the Caribou from what I was reading. Because they're just, the reason why one person voted no on it was because of the traffic issue. They already having accidents with the Quick Trip and the Caribou, and now they're gonna add another business right there.
Well, you know, people can always go around the back and go to the light. And that's what I do when I go get the car washed or something.
That's what they said.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm gonna give Jolene a little bit of time to get her feet on the ground. I'm gonna hammer her hard about, because she knows all the contact. I think they're in Plainfield, Illinois, the U.S. headquarters for all these, because they're a German company, you know. And I guess, you know, it wouldn't hurt to at least get in contact with Quick Trip. I'd sure like to see some competition for Casey's.
I think one of those two is really what Montrose needs. There needs to be some kind of a destination business here to change the business environment. And either one of those would do it, in my opinion, Aldi's better.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Aldi didn't lead to the Quick Trip.
Or vice versa.
Right.
Yeah,
A lot of people love shopping at Aldi's.
yeah, I mean,
Plus,
that's,
it's a destination. I mean, you'll pull people
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah,
flow down, Watertown.
yeah.
Yeah,
I drive
for
all the way
sure.
I drive all the way to Monticello to get all these.
Or people go to Laconia.
Yeah, I usually go to the Laconia one.
Yeah.
Is that actually closer?
It's probably close to the same distance, but it's kind of a, once you're in the store, you can do as you want in there, instead of where like the Monticello one is like, you're directed to go with a certain flow of traffic.
yeah.
It's actually set up like a regular type of grocery store.
Okay. Yeah, I'm half tempted to drive up to Princeton because I guess that's the primo Aldi's location from what I hear from everybody.
Yeah, the Laconia one's pretty new. They're them and Hutch are about the same when they were built, and they're both really, really nice.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, so what I did is I had Wendy put some extra money into the travel budget for the EDA next year, thinking that we're gonna be making a couple trips to Plainfield, Illinois, at least I hope, you know. So I just wanna make sure we have that covered. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. Job description, you know, I don't know. Heidi, what do you think about this intern thing? I mean, I'm trying to figure out exactly how we dovetail everything together with redoing the website, because if we do the website, chances are we're going to redo this also. So it'd be really easy for me to copy something out of the new website and put it in here. Like, you know, the Montrose sign's getting kind of old, and I don't know, you know. Our website is in desperate need of help. And then maybe we can incorporate something from the chamber in there. You know, have a page for the chamber. Because I know the chamber doesn't have any money, you know.
Well, we have some money, we just don't have any. It's all volunteer, and that's what, it gets hard
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about to pay,
to pay
pay
some
an
money.
intern.
Yeah.
you know.
You know, we could do some, but we can't do much, you know, it wouldn't be much of a, we can do some. I mean, it's one of those, if you don't spend the money, you're not gonna build your chamber. If you know, so maybe, hopefully if we spend some money, that we can build up our chamber with more businesses and see the value of it.
Yeah, you know, I look back on that information I put together when I went to that executive meeting, and we're a far cry from any of that, you know. It's just, it is what it is. Small town, volunteer, and no paid staff, you know, what do you do?
How long were you thinking of the internship to be? Were you looking at for 6 months, or what were you?
Well, we'd have to have somebody take a look at the website and give us an idea of what it would cost, because, we're looking for somebody who has a wherewithal with some of the new web development software, that's out there. Years ago I did that for Teresa's website, and it's so old, the software's so old, they want $750 to give me the new release to run on our apples that we have now, and I'm not gonna spend $750 to do that. So we need somebody that has an idea of what it takes to build a website based on what we have, brighten it up, improve it, make the ability to navigate through the website a little easier than it is now. Stuff is there, but it's hard to find, I've looked at a number of websites from other communities, and they seem to be laid out fairly well. There's a couple of them that are just like ours, but most of them are newer and they're laid out fairly well, and you can navigate around pretty good, So that's what I'm looking for. So if somebody takes a look at our website and says, yeah, I've got some ideas, it'll probably take me, because we don't know if they can put a full-time thing in, they can dedicate full-time, or they're gonna work on it for 3 hours a week, because if it's 3 hours a week, I'll be dead by the time that website gets finished,
Yeah.
So
I get somebody with graphic design
Yeah,
background, that would be a real bonus.
graphic design, web development,
You know, would this turn into is this purely a temporary, or would?
Yeah.
Yes,
This one here?
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
It's-
this,
Oh, yeah, because, once we get the website done, we need to make sure that the chamber and the EDA and everything kind of mold into that same structure, the same web design, so to speak,
yeah.
You need somebody to maintain it afterwards, right?
Yep. Because like right now, Jess does the best she can maintain the website, but I don't know how much flexibility she has to go in there, and she can change the name here and there, and that's about it. Or add something to the front page, and that's it. I don't know if she can do anything else. Plus, I don't know if she's actually had any training, or she's actually just learned that herself.
I think she has just learned it by hook or crook type of a situation.
Yeah.
I guess my feeling would be, if you're looking at an intern to start at a college level like Hennepin Tech or something, if they have a program, a graphics program, or intertwined with, web setup, I don't know. And then reach out to the instructor there to see if they would recommend anybody or have an idea if that would be something that they would like to promote within their class. However, a lot of these things right now, because of COVID, you're not attending class. The instructors don't know their students on a personal level, that, someone that would be good at that or type of a thing. So I don't know if right now if there is a good opportunity to start something like this because of the COVID situation.
Depends where they're at. I think if you're looking at the higher level student right now, the instructors would still know them. But if we wait longer than 6 months, then it's gonna be a different story.
Right.
So now would be the time to jump, I think.
Yeah, because we've been talking about this internally in the city here for quite some time. And because of COVID, we never really reached out, but I think now's the time to reach out.
Quite possibly, and I don't know how you could incorporate it, but there are the COVID dollars, that are out there, that if you can show somehow that you would be updating your city's website for a COVID purpose, being able to reach more people or easier access, like if we would end up having to work remotely or whatever, that somebody like Jess could get in there and update the information, you know, COVID is in, you know, all over, still in lockdown, whatever it is. But we would maybe have a chance of using COVID dollars to help update the website. Then in turn, that would give you a different, you know, that would put money towards what you could pay this intern.
Yeah, we
Wasn't
talked,
there just an email about, there's a webinar about that?
I sent that to Wendy, asking her if she was interested in that. The city's got about $244,000 in CARES money. And if we let Kevin run loose, Kevin would spend it all. He's got a list of things, he says, oh, we won't waste any money. He's got all new radios and all kinds of stuff that are all part of that.
As well as we're
Emergency
looking at the
management
front
program.
counter here.
The front counter
Yeah.
is part of that, yep. Plus, if you're in a situation that you are unable to use all of your money, you can donate up to 10% back to the county. And Jolene was telling me that she's aware of a situation where a city was going to donate the 10% back to the county. They were going to use that 10% to hire an intern, and the county was going to pay for the intern. That sounds a little hokey to me. I'm not sure if that's up on the up and up and totally legit, but that's what she was telling me. So I kind of took that bit of information and stuck it in the back of my brain, you know, for future reference, so to speak. I don't know if that's actually doable or not.
But you could, I can see it, that the internship helping getting the website going would help to educate the community on what the city is doing as far as the whole COVID thing. Even just as what we're doing as businesses and everything else. And I think you could definitely tie that together.
Yeah, because I mean, every business you go to, they've got a page or a blurb on their webpage that talks about their response to COVID and what they're doing in COVID and what's different with the city. It's the same thing.
Right.
We could have an entire page dedicated to emergency management and the COVID-19 thing. So yeah, I agree. So we just have to find somebody and I don't necessarily know. I was reading through those job descriptions. And these seem to be focused on things other than what we're looking at.
Yeah, and it is, yes.
Yeah.
There was nothing, you know, temp intern for web design or
Yeah.
anything. This was all off of the League of Minnesota Cities, where I look daily and, you know, for anything that comes up like this, and then this is just what I could find.
You know, now that I think about it, that might be another resource for us is to contact the league and find out if they have any cities that are looking for interns for various things. They may have a lead on.
I mean, we can, I don't know, usually if there's, from my experience just looking at it, if there is something like that, they post for it, you know, or city updates type of a thing. But I can certainly contact somebody if you wish.
Yeah, well, I was originally thinking of Brian Kozlowski at Wright Tech, but they don't really have a web design.
Okay,
They're-
and and I didn't.
They're
know
more
where they
construction and electrical and automotive and stuff like that, so throw something at me.
Let me contact this web designer I know and see if what he recommends, where we go.
Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be great, yeah.
Yeah,
St. Cloud, maybe.
I
St.
think-
Cloud, yeah.
Ridgewater and Hutch has some graphics program. I
it's
don't,
Ridgewater and Hutch or in Wilmer?
Both.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I can't say, I can speak for Hutch because I think my
Well,
nephew's going
Yeah,
to
it's the same
Hutch.
school, it just depends on what you're going for or what you're doing. Anything involved with any other sports programs, you have to go to Wilmer. Anything that's not you could do all of the same classes in Hutchinson, as far as I know. I think there's a couple like nursing or whatever that you have to go to Wilmer for, but.
So it's same school, just two different campuses?
Yeah, it's kind of like Brainerd has that too, where they have a campus in Staples that's a lot more limited in what they do there, but same thing. They just, people go to either or.
Okay. Okay. So, Sonia, you're gonna contact your,
Yeah, I'm texting him right now.
oh,
Can I get his name or the name of the?
Yep, I can afterwards. He's in my BNI net group. It's a networking group. His name's Damon Casina. So I'm asking him, where would you recommend our city to look for an intern to update the website?
And the spelling of his last name?
Kocina. So I sent that out to him now, so we'll see what he says.
okay, good. All right. Does anybody else have any other new business that we want to talk about?
So just a quick question.
Sure.
So who's going to write up this job description for the intern? Are you?
Well, I think that's what we need some help with. You know, if I'm a guy, go, yeah, redo our website, I mean, that'd be, I'm not that knowledgeable in terms of what to ask for. I don't know all of the softwares that are available, because sometimes they'll say, you know, I need to know this, and this type of Dreamweaver, and this, that, and the other, and I don't know those anymore. Dreamweaver I have, like I said, is 10 years old.
Okay, because I just feel like we talk about it, and here we are.
Oh, I know, I'm right there with you, Sonia, believe me, I'm right there with you.
So I'm just like, well, where do we start? Because I feel, I want to get this, and whose job is it to redo this? Is it ours as a group, or is it our group
No,
as to
that's
approve
more,
it?
it's more for the city.
Okay,
The reason I brought it up and I'm including it all in here is because I think, like I said, this needs to be rolled into it. Any kind of information that we send out to potential business owners, it all needs to dovetail and look the same as the city website.
agreed.
Same with the chamber, you know.
Right,
Yeah, you want a brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good word, brand, exactly. Yep. Other than the armpit of Wright County, we don't want that one. I've heard that one too many times, I'm tired of that.
me too.
So,
Okay, so it's kind of, we're just trying to push that rope uphill is what we're,
we are, like I said, it's really gonna be the city that's gonna put the money aside to do that, maybe with some help from EDA. Once we know what the numbers are, we can kind of decide that and vote on it. But in terms of, we need somebody with the knowledge and the wherewithal to be able to put the verbiage together, to put a good job description together. Maybe your friend can help us with that.
yeah, I'll see.
Yeah, because we really do need it, because it's not my wheelhouse really, you know.
I'll see if I can
This is as far as I
browse
go, you know. So, do we have any other business? No? Are we good? We hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion, meeting adjourned. I appreciate you guys showing up. I'm gonna have to talk to Joe and find out if this time is always gonna be a problem for him or not. Because it's more important for us to get the business input, you know,